Going with the influence of concentration on the rate of reaction. Today we will study a law known as law of mass action. Law of mass action. This law was given by two Norwegian chemists, namely Guldberg and Waj. They gave this law in the year 1867. This law is a relationship between the rate of a reaction and the concentration of reactants in a reaction. So, a relationship between the rate of a reaction and the concentration of its reactants was given by these two Norwegian scientists in the form of a law which is known as law of mass action or law of active mass action. What does this law state? This law states that rate of a reaction is directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of reactants. Suppose these are reactant, this is reactant, and then it is raised to the power of stoichiometric coefficients, say small r. So what does this law state now? This law states that rate of a reaction is directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of reactants raised to the power stoichiometric coefficients. Stoichiometric coefficients. To explain this law, let us take an example. AA plus BB gives products. Suppose this is the chemical reaction, and if we apply this law, we will get this. Rate of a reaction is directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of reactant. Now, how many reactants we have? Two. One reactant A, power its stoichiometric coefficients, that is A small a, multiplied by molar concentration of B, and its power will be the stoichiometric coefficient of this B, that is small b. It implies to rate will be equal to a constant, say constant K, into molar concentration of A raised to power A and molar concentration of B raised to power small b. Now this K is a constant of proportionality known as rate constant. This is rate constant. This is also known as velocity constant. Now suppose the molar concentration of these reactants In this case, we have two reactants. Suppose the molar concentration of reactants is unity. That is molar concentration of A. If molar concentration of A raised to power A is equal to molar concentration of B raised to power B. If this is equal to unity means 1. Suppose the molar concentration of reactant A and that of reactant B is equal to 1, then this equation comes equal to rate is equal to K into molar concentration of A, that is 1, and molar concentration of B, that is again 1. That will be equal to rate of a reaction will become equal to K. So this is K. K is rate constant or velocity constant, but this time when the molar concentration is unity, then this K is also known as specific rate constant. Specific rate constant. So what is specific rate constant? Specific rate constant is the rate of reaction. It is the rate of reaction when the molar concentration of reactants is 1. When the molar concentration of reactants is 1, then the rate of the reaction is known as specific rate constant designated by K. So this is one law. Then we have one more law which also shows the influence of concentration on the rate of reaction. That law is rate law. This law comes into play when we have experimental actual stoichiometric coefficients, not those coefficients which were only theoretical. Now this law is basically dependent on actual experiment. This is an experimental law. To understand this law and give a definition of this law, let us take a relation. Say AA, BB, CC gives products. Now, according to a law, that law says that rate of a reaction should be directly proportional to molar concentration of A, molar concentration of B into molar concentration of C raised to power P, Q, R. Now see the change in the law of mass action and this law. Here we don't have stoichiometric coefficients, that is A, B and C. So according to this law, according to the mathematical expression in this law, this is the rate of the reaction in terms of molar concentration of the reactants raised to the power. These are the powers. Each raised to the some number. This each concentration has been raised to some number, and this number, this P, this Q, this R, this may be or may not be equal to these stoichiometric coefficients, because these values, that is your P, Q and R, they are experimental values. They are based on experimentation. They are actual stoichiometric coefficients and not theoretical those stoichiometric coefficients. So this is the difference. So this law, if further solved, it will give rate is equal to molar concentration of A raised to power P into molar concentration of B raised to power Q into molar concentration of C raised to power R. So this is rate according to rate law expression. So what is now rate law expression? It is the mathematical expression which denotes the rate of a reaction. This is the rate of the reaction in terms of molar concentration of reactants with each power raised to a number, to some number. Which number? This number may or may not be equal to stoichiometric coefficients of a balanced chemical reaction. Now, we can study the difference between rate of reaction and rate constant, which we just studied in law of mass action. Let us find what is the difference between them. Rate of expression, we know this can be denoted by delta X upon delta T. X for concentration, change in the concentration of reactants. This is time taken. So rate of a reaction can be represented by delta X by delta T, while as your rate constant, that can be represented by K. This is one difference. Then rate of a reaction, we can define rate of a reaction. This is change in the concentration. We have already read it. Change in the concentration of one of the reactants, any one of the reactants or products, in how much time? In unit time. So change in the molar concentration of one of the reactants or one of the products in how much time? In unit time is called rate of a reaction. So far as this is concerned, the rate constant, it is a constant of proportionality. K is a constant of proportionality. This is another difference between reaction rate and rate constant. Then, as far as its units are concerned, the unit of rate of reaction is mole per liter per second. Sometimes it can be minutes also. This is the unit of moles per liter. So far as the rate of this unit of rate constant is concerned, its units depend upon the rate of reaction, the order of reaction, dependent upon the order of reaction, which we will study later on. So the unit of rate of reaction is moles per liter per second, and that of rate constant, that depends upon the order of reaction, whether it is a zero order reaction, it's a first order reaction, second order reaction, or something else. So this is how we denote rate of reaction and rate constant. Then we have one more difference, that rate of a reaction depends upon initial concentration of reactants. What does this mean? This means that if we have higher concentration, we will have higher rate of reaction. If we have lower concentration, we will have lower rate of reaction. So rate of a reaction depends upon the initial concentration of reactants, while as your rate constant, this has nothing to do with initial concentration. It is independent of, it has no dependence on the initial concentration of reactants. So these are some differences between rate of a reaction and rate constant, and for today it is enough.